Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. Thank you for being here. I don't really do a lot of videos, but I have to do a video about this. And I was going to try to do a reaction, but I have no idea how to edit that to make it split screen. It's above my wheelhouse. So I'm just going to tell you all my thoughts. So I watch Learning to be Fearless, Alex's channel, and I absolutely love her. I started watching her maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, I think. I just started, like, I was deep into my eating disorder. I am recovered from binge eating and exercise bulimia. And I was watching her trying to learn how to love myself, how to build confidence, how to feel good in clothes, how to do makeup. And it was just really good to watch her. And she really helped me. And, so watching her throughout the years, that ex that she had, which was just not good for her. He was just not good. And I'm so happy for her now. Being with Yar. Yar's a really cool guy. A lot of good qualities, and he's very affectionate with her, which is nice because her previous didn't show her any affection, and I know this doesn't feel good. But anyways, Alex, if you see this video, congratulations on your wedding. Although I do hope that you have a big wedding next year and you actually wear a wedding dress. Yes, that's all I have to say about that. Well, I also, Alex, just so, if you are watching, I am a wedding florist. Anyways, but what I want to talk to y'all about today is WW, Weight Watchers. And I know a lot of people who watch Alex's channel, either they've struggled with an eating disorder, they've struggled with body image, and they came to her channel to gain confidence. And so now people might be kind of confused that Alex is now doing WW. And they're probably like, why is she doing that? I thought she loved herself. And let's get one thing clear. You can love yourself and still want to lose weight. That is okay. The only time I think that it's not okay to have desires to lose weight is when you're doing it for like a certain look. If you are still somebody who's comparing yourself to the woman next to you, if that's the reason you want to lose weight, I think we need to take a step back and look at why you are feeling that way. We got to do some more work up here, But Alex mentioned that she was not feeling very healthy. And I 100% respect that. If you don't feel good, if you can't perform your daily duties in a way that you feel good and it's sustainable, if you can't do that, then 100% do what you need to do, to feel and to be healthier. When people say healthy, like, what is health? Health is all encompassing. It's your mind, it's your body, it's your spirit, or your spirituality, all those things, equate health in the person, in my belief, in my personal opinion. So she said, so she started WW, and she made a video where, like, all about for beginners. And I don't agree with it. I don't agree with Weight Watchers at all. I don't agree with assigning points to a food, where the lower the number, the better the food, and the higher the number, the more bad the food is. And I don't think that's a good way to teach anybody about nutrition. Most people who are in a much larger body and a much larger category, their issue isn't the food, it's their mind. And you have to work on your mind, That's what's going to help you with the food. And I don't agree with her doing a video on it and showing people how to use it, the plan. I don't agree with that. Because I think it promotes an eating disorder. Alex also mentioned in that video how she used to do calorie counting, and it was not good for her. And I just have to say, newsflash, you're doing the same exact thing. You're just counting points. There's no difference from counting calories and counting points. It's the same thing. And when you obsess over tracking your food, is training your mind to everything you eat, you have to track. That is not healthy. I'm here to tell you, as a person who competed in bodybuilding for many years, and I have many trophies, counting everything and weighing everything was detrimental to my health. I mean, there was days where I contemplated dying. And that's how horrible it was. That's how bad it was. And, giving yourself that point system. So I think she said the plan that she is on is 23 points, but for her body weight, she is allowed 40 points per day. And, and if she ate under her points, she was allowed to roll over those points to another day. And then there's something called special points, I guess, and she said it's for the weekend and you can have it for a special meal. And that's still the mindset that you eat healthy all week long, and then on the weekend you can eat comfort food or bad food or food that's not on the point list. And that's eating disorder behavior. I mean, 101. That is restrict, binge. That is setting you up for failure. 100%. And if anybody thinks that Weight Watchers is going to teach you anything about nutrition, anything about your mind and body relationship, you're absolutely wrong. It is not the way to do it. These people are taking your money. They want you to fail so they can make billions of dollars. The weight loss industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry a year. They depend on us, the consumer, failing. Okay? So, let's just take weight loss out of all of it. Throw it out the window. Let's work on our mind. If you can heal your mind by changing the way you see yourself, changing the way you see food, your body will do what it's supposed to do. Your body will naturally do what it's supposed to do. For some people, they might gain weight. For some people, they might lose weight. For some people, they may stay the same. And I'm going to use intuitive eating as an example. And intuitive eating is not a diet. It's not a lifestyle. It's not a plan. It's none of those. When you're a child, right? When you're a little kid, or you see little kids, they cry when they're hungry. And then mom or whoever brings them food, the kid eats, and then there's still a bunch of stuff left on their plate. It's because they're full. They stop. They know when to stop because they're full. And then they'll push it away. Or mom will have a spoon go into their mouth and the baby will, turn its head. Because the baby's full. It doesn't want anymore. And, as you're starting to get a little older, let's say elementary school, you go to lunch, go to the cafeteria, you get your lunch, you eat your lunch, you're fine. You go home and you open the fridge and you might rummage around, look for what you have, string cheese, an apple, maybe a peanut butter and jelly, maybe a Swiss cake. My dad loves Swiss cakes. And you might eat it, and that's it. You just eat, and there's no points with what food you eat. There's no, I shouldn't eat that. You just eat. You haven't been taught to be afraid of food. You haven't been taught to look at food as, oh, it's going to, give me love handles, or, oh, whatever. It's going to make my face puffy. None of that. So that's what intuitive eating, there's a book called Intuitive Eating written by Evelyn Tribole and Elise Resch. And I think they wrote it back in 1995. Don't quote me on that. I bought that book a little over a year and a half ago. And it changed my freaking life. It blew my mind. That's how good this book is. And I couldn't understand why I hadn't found this book sooner. This book, if everybody would read this book, we wouldn't have one case of disordered eating, in my humble opinion. I think if this book could be read by children in elementary school or going into middle school, I think if every child read this book, we wouldn't have any more eating disorders in America. I 100% believe that. That is how good this book is. And, this book is never going to be promoted by Oprah. Want to know why? Because there's no money to make off of it. There's no money. There's not a plan to purchase out of the book. The book literally is an instructional guide on how to heal your relationship with food. And here you have WW as costing Alex $19.99 a month to tell her how many points she can eat a day. Or you can pick up this book, learn that every food is okay to eat. And you might pay the price of that book, and that's it. There's no more, monthly payment. There's nothing. But you gain a sense of freedom. After reading this book, I felt free. And that is the most important thing to me. I have gained back my life after reading that book. And, for some people, it's always like, I have to lose weight, I have to lose weight, I have to go on a diet, I have to do this, I have to do this. And for Alex, I want to tell Alex, stop, don't do this, don't do WW, because it's going to set you up for failure. It will. It doesn't matter how, if it's a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, it is designed for you to fail so they can keep getting your money. Read Intuitive Eating. Learn how to remove the guilt from food and just see it as food. And in the beginning, when I first started, and the way it worked for me is, it was like they call it the honeymoon phase, basically, is you're eating everything that you had gotten rid of in your life. You're eating it. You're like cookies, chips, tacos, spaghetti, ice cream, all these things you're eating, right? And you're going to gain some weight in the beginning. I gained 15 pounds in the beginning of this. And all of a sudden, naturally, I just stopped eating those things. It was kind of weird. I didn't even notice it, but a couple months went by and I was like, oh, I haven't eaten anything sweet in a long time. That's weird. Oh, I haven't eaten this in a long time. That's weird. And the biggest thing is I was leaving food on my plate. Never left food on my plate before. I've always eaten everything, And by leaving food on my plate, it was it was saying it's okay to leave that food there because it's going to be there later. If you're hungry later, you can eat it. And that was huge for me. And I think before, when I would binge, it was because I was afraid I was never going to be able to eat that food again. So I would eat it as much and as fast as I could. I'm never going to get it again. But now I don't have to eat everything that's on my plate or the entire bag of anything because I know that if I want it later, I can eat it. It's not off limits to me. You see? And it's amazing. And being a part of this body positivity group, that's a hard word to say, body positive group, it's more than loving your body to me. Body positive is showing everybody that in your body, you are 100% exactly how you're supposed to be in this exact moment. Who you are is beautiful. Who you are is deserving of love. And I really hope Alex, I kind of hope she sees this video. I really do. And if you're somebody who's struggling with any kind of eating disorder, please reach out, seek help, because there is life after recovery. I never thought I'd be living the life I am now. And you might say, well, Emily, you don't have, a mansion or $1 million. That's not living my best life. Those things don't mean anything to me. I'm able to go outside and be around people and not be afraid. I now am, my marriage is beautiful now. That's what healing my relationship with food did for me. It changed my life. And if you're somebody out there who is continuing to do a diet or a plan, I beg you to stop. I beg you to stop. If you watched Alex's video and you want to go join WW, please don't. Please don't. I am begging you, please don't. Go type into YouTube, intuitive eating book. Just type it in, and it'll pull up a video. Go to Amazon. Look for a used version of intuitive eating. Get the latest version, because I think there's 4 or 5. They've been updated. Get the 4th or the 5th version of it. And there's a workbook also. And podcasts. Podcasts are amazing. I mean, podcasts along with intuitive eating have changed my life. 100% changed my life. I will link in the description box below the podcasts that I listen to that have helped me. And I urge you that if you see this video and you watch Alex's channel, please tell her to watch this video. Share it with her. And if you have anybody, friends or family, that are struggling with an eating disorder, send them this video, or just send them a link to Intuitive Eating by Evelyn Tribole and Elise Rush. It's life-changing. Anyways, I don't really have much more to say. I just really hope and wish the best for Alex. I hope that she can... Well, actually, I really wish Alex would just say, you know what, Weight Watchers, you're really not good for me, and I'm going to do this another way. I'm going to heal me another way. Because WW, Weight Watchers, is nothing but a diet. And when something's endorsed by Oprah, a lot of people are going to follow it. Just because Oprah's on the cover of something doesn't make it good. Okay? Oprah's what? One of the richest women in the world? Of course she's going to endorse it. It makes her money. Of course. It's a no-brainer. Anyways. Always stay kind. Stay humble. Leave nice comments. If you post something negative down below, I'm probably going to delete it because I only do positivity over here. I don't comment anything negative on people's videos. I will never comment on someone's appearance, period. And yeah, so I hope y'all have a really good evening and check out the podcast I list below. and take care of yourself. Bye, guys.